Leo, it's Kajora Lovely with your general reading for February 2019. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not resonate entirely with everyone. You can also check out my videos for your rising and moon signs. And I'm reading with the Illuminated Tarot for anyone who's curious. So let's see what's going on with you for February 2019. Okay. So, where you are right now is focusing on your ambition. So this is the Jack of Wands. This relates to, the things that you want to create in your life. This is a fire energy. So just like your sign, it's about action, communication, passion, moving things forward. That you're probably firing up your ambition, thinking about what you want to put your energy toward, what projects you want to work on. Also, Ace of Wands. And the Strength card, which is the card for Leo. So you're showing up in your own reading again. And so this one is also a reminder to maintain your own internal strength, to see your attributes, not your follies. I think it's also, that means focusing on your strengths. And then you know that you have this new project coming up, and for some reason I'm getting like devour it, in the sense of probably go for it. Really dive into whatever it is that your project is, whatever it is that you're creating moving forward. Because the Ace of Wands is usually a new project. As for what's crowning you is the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups in reverse. So that could mean that you're not feeling fully emotionally satisfied, and or you're kind of at a low point right now, but things are going to start looking forward pretty soon. Looking up, pretty soon. Usually the Wheel of Fortune in reverse means that you're at the lowest point right now. So the good news is it's not getting any lower than this in the near future. But you may also be feeling some dissatisfaction. So let me see if there's any advice for those feelings. So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the World. So this can also mean acknowledging the end of a phase or cycle. So for those of you, Chinese New Year is February 5th, February 4th, early February. It goes off of the new year based on the moon. And we're ending a 12-year cycle that began in 2007. So we're wrapping up karmic cycles from that. We're going through some endings right now. So especially if you're a year of the pig, like me, then the last year might have been a lot of change and transition moving into this new year. So it can also mean there's good news coming, because you've got two aces, well, actually three aces. So there's opportunities for new things to come in. And also this can mean recognizing that you're coming to the end of a chapter. So even if you're not a year of the pig, which is fine, everyone in their own way is coming to an ending of a phase, ending of a cycle, ending of a chapter. The world is really, the way that the tarot cards are set up, it's really about sort of a chunk of time in someone's life. It can represent one whole life, but it's really phases that we go through, where you start something new and then you come to a natural conclusion. And my major arcana is about the highs and lows in between, which is what everyone experiences. That's when we say like, oh, that was another life. It could be literally this life, but it could feel like another lifetime because it's so different from where you're at now. So I feel like it's that you're changing something is shifting, and you have an opportunity to look back with gratitude and say, thank you for the lessons I've learned. Thank you for what is changing me, whichever feels more comfortable to you. Thank you for what is past. Thank you for what is present. Thank you for what is coming ahead. Something about the forces that be. So I would take that as that, like the hand of fate is stepping in, that there are also your spirit guides, other That's so funny that there's a plane flying over while I say this. Other spirits are intervening on your behalf to your greatest benefit, even if it seems like you're going through something that's a little bit tricky at the moment. You're also probably leaving something behind with the Six of Swords here. So this is where you are. This is something that's sort of the foundation of where you are. So that makes sense too with ending that chapter. Things are changing. They're going to get better. You're starting a new project. You're moving. Things are moving. And the Six of Swords is about leaving something bad behind or even unpleasant for something that's better. So things are going to be getting better. And it looks like something that made you feel defensive is going away. This is a theme that's coming up this month. It's been coming up in my personal readings as well. And I think that this is a theme a lot of people are dealing with. It feels like the energy that's kind of going around at this time is about ending cycles, ending old habits, ending patterns, healing wounds, cutting cords. You know, it's a lot. You know, it's this cord cutting, releasing, getting rid of crap, healing old stuff, telling people I forgive you for hurting me, or I forgive myself for putting myself in a situation that I knew wasn't great. You know, however it relates to you, there's a lot of opportunities with moving this thing forward. Whatever you're leaving behind when I'm moving toward, you're releasing something that has made you feel defensive or under attack in the past. So that's great. Where you're at in the future, you may be having some communication issues with people in your family or in a relationship, because usually this is the Ten of Pentacles, so this relates to a stable home. It could also mean that you might not be feeling in the near future. This is a short-term card. I actually feel like for some of you, it could also be that you're not feeling as financially stable as you'd like to be, because it's also about that. It's about having a strong family, a strong base, and the Pentacles relate to the earth element, which is money, work, I didn't say finances, but the same thing. So what's influencing you at this time is the Hermit in reverse. This is also the Nine of Pentacles. So, because the Hermit in reverse, it also is the sign of Virgo. That means that you're coming out of a period, so take this as it applies to you, because it can mean that you're coming out of a period of going inward and working on yourself, or kind of withdrawing from the rest of the world. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse can mean that you're not feeling as financially secure as you want to be independently. The Ten of Pentacles is about feeling that with another person, but the Nine of Pentacles is about your independence and in that. Where you are right now, you've got the Four of Wands in reverse. So this can mean that you feel like, once again, sort of reiterating actually, and giving you a solution. So this is reiterating that you feel like you don't have that strong foundation that you want, and this could even be emotionally. But I feel like that's always a reminder to focus on your friendships and the things that support you, that give you gratitude and strength in your life. Then you also, what's influencing you right now is the Three of Wands in reverse. This can mean that there's something that you may not be planning as much as you would like to or should be. Let me see. Let's pull another card on that one. So it could be that before you plan, you may need to do a little bit of internal work first. This is also the Eight of Cups, so it's the other leaving card. That means it's usually finding, if it's in reverse, it means it's finding home. If it's upright, it just means leaving something behind, like you're slipping away into the night. You're not making a huge deal of it, but you're like, I'm out of here. The Moon is also about doing internal work. So it could even be that you have to leave the thing behind before you can plan for moving forward. It's kind of obvious. Where you're at in the future, I feel like there may be good, you have the Jack of Cups. I feel like there may be good news coming, but you may not entirely feel it. You may not entirely notice it or recognize it, because you've also got the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it also relates to emotions, and it feels like some sadness, some depression, some anxiety. And it may be related to this card, which is the Emperor and the King of Swords. So because of that, you may feel like you need to move into a mode where you take charge. Some of the other signs have gotten that for where they are right now. So it actually doesn't surprise me that that would be the card for the future, because it means I don't feel like anything ever happens in a vacuum, you know, that we all influence each other in a way. So that energy can be very much like, I'm getting what I want. I'm making this happen. I'm doing this. I don't care if I hurt people's feelings. I don't care if I don't make friends. I don't give a shit, because I want what I want and I want it now. And I'm going to make this happen. It's not always the most diplomatic card. So let's see if they have any advice. This is a theme that keeps coming up. Somebody, okay, personally, I wouldn't take this as advice to be underhanded. This is usually about some kind of manipulation, taking something, using means to get something which you want. If you take this as the go-ahead, that's your choice. Let me see if there's anything else to say about that. And it might even feel like you don't have a choice. And that's interesting. You have another king here with the King of Cups. So this is about emotional mastery. This is about you being in charge of your emotions and not coming from a feeling of weakness, but rather, again, one of strength. I'm just going to pull one more because I feel like that doesn't really give you anything concrete. So, in all of this, what is your advice for the sign of Leo for February 2019? Be strong, triumph, and victory are yours. Another ace. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 aces. You got all aces. So what that means is that you have new things coming in. So I think it's also to focus on that new energy, which makes sense because you keep getting all these cards about leaving. The Hermit in reverse, you're not withdrawing anymore, which also could help bring the end to that family strife and that conflict, is being out, being around other people more often. So it feels like you may need to focus on your strengths, again, your attributes, what you know is good about yourself, what you're good at, what you can do. Focus on where you can have a victory. Focus on where you can direct your energy and you know that you'll come out victorious. I feel like that's really a big thing, and I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you have a wonderful February, and I will see you again next month.